All right, so we have something pretty unique, pretty special here. We're going to unbox it here today. This, of course, is one we took a look at back at CES when Lenovo showed off all their new laptops here for 2025, including this one, which of course is the ThinkBook Plus 6, Gen 6, I should say, and it's the Rollable, right? So this is the first time you get a rollable display going from a 14-inch to a 16.7-inch display. It goes up vertically. You can use hand gestures. You can press a dedicated button on the keyboard and you can get that to roll up or roll down or roll in, as they say. So we're going to get it right out of the box. Of course, it's running Lunar Lake Core Ultra 7 258V. We've seen it before. This one has 32 gigabytes of memory, the very fast memory. It also has, I believe, a terabyte of storage, which should hopefully be user upgradable. I'm not sure. Again, I have to look at this for the first time right now. I think it has a 66 watt-hour battery, and I think it's going to be a pretty interesting laptop. We'll see the weight. We'll see the display, which I think, of course, is going to be the star of the show, this rollable display. It's using P-OLED technology, so pretty interesting. But without further ado, let's get this out of the box. Okay, so we have our power supply. We also have the ThinkBook here, and again, a little bit of heft there. We'll get that out of that inner box in a moment, but let's see what power supply they give us. And it's the GAN charger, so it's that really compact 65-watt GAN charger. We saw it with the ThinkPad X9 that I looked at when I ordered my own personal unit. USB-C cable right there. And here's a look at that GAN charger, and as you can see, it is tiny, right? So 65 watts, USB Type-C, and you can see it there. Okay, let's get this off of here. Good packaging, once again, eco-friendly. And there is the unit, of course, a little bit of heft there. And then we get a guide here, which basically gives you the layout and the diagram of this unit and how to use this rollable display, hand gesture, or using the key on the keyboard. So that is right there. You can take a look at it if you like. Some warranty information, yada, yada, yada. Pretty interesting. And according to this, it's the Gold Award 2025, Red Dot winner 2025. You can see it was pretty innovative when they announced it back in January, and I was really impressed with it. Of course, it comes with a hefty price tag, but that's to be expected with something like this in terms of the innovation that's packed in here. All right, this is that metal design. It's that two-tone design we've seen from the ThinkBook line. Lunar gray is what they're calling it, of course. And it's all metal. It feels pretty premium here. You can see it here. This is really nice. Now, this shouldn't show too many fingerprints, but of course, it is all metal. I feel the cold feel to the touch there. There's your underside. Looks like you can access the internals here if I just take off these T5 Torx screws. So that is good. And it is looking pretty good. So let's do the you-know-what test here. Let's see if we can do it. And we sort of can. Let me do that again because I have a slippery table here. Yes, you sort of can do it. A little tight hinge there. And there it is. And you can see the rollable display. Right now, I believe it's in the 14-inch position, and they give you a little diagram here, once again, of the layout of the land here, shortcut keys, and the camera switch, power button, which also has a fingerprint reader embedded within it, and, of course, how to roll it up and down. We'll put that to the side. But here it is. This is the keyboard, and the keyboard feels like a traditional ThinkBook keyboard. It's almost like a cross between the Yoga keys that we know and love, the smile shape keys, sort of like that, with blend out with the ThinkPad kind of thing, but pretty good. A little bit shallow, it feels so far. All right, let's get a look at the ports. Here on the left side are two USB Type-C Thunderbolt 4 ports. They are full function. A 3.5 millimeter microphone headphone combo jack rounds out the left side. And moving over to the right side, all you get is your power button, which also doubles as that fingerprint scanner. There is nothing else in terms of ports, so not great when it comes to the ports. You have the two Thunderbolt 4 ports, and I'm not crazy about the fact that they're both located on the left side. I'd like to see them split up, but that's not what we get. But overall, a pretty scarce port selection, though. That's something I did notice here so far. Okay, let's get a measurement of the weight with just the unit alone. We're looking at 1.704 kilograms, and that is 3 pounds, 12.1 ounces. So a little bit of heft there, although not terrible. It is definitely portable enough to take with you on the go. And then, of course, if we put it back into kilograms with this GAN charger, 65 watt, and the USB-C cable, 1.85 3 kilograms, and that comes out to 4 pounds, 1.4 ounces for a total travel weight. Not too bad considering you're really getting two displays in one, in the sense that it goes from 14 inches to 16.7 inches that we'll take a look at in just a moment. Okay, let's boot it up for the first time, and this is what the display looks like, and you can see it there. It's a kind of like looking at a Galaxy Z Fold type of foldable. Like, you can actually see some grooves here when you're looking at it from the side, but head on, it looks perfectly fine. I mean, there's no problem here in terms of creases or anything, but remember, it has to roll. So that is pretty interesting. And you can see it here. It will get taller as we'll show you. But this is looking pretty interesting. Let me bring up the brightness here. It looks pretty bright to me. It's a glossy display. It is also POLED technology. Now, as far as the display, we're looking at a 14-inch when rolled in, and that's 2000 by 1600. That is a 5:4 aspect ratio, so pretty interesting. And then when it's rolled out at 16.7 inches, it's a 2000 by 2350, and that is an 8:9 aspect ratio. So pretty interesting, and there it is, fully booted up here. Let me connect to my network, and we'll be right back. Now, as I'm putting in my network credentials, I realize this is a haptic touchpad, and it actually feels pretty good in terms of the haptic engine. The feedback you get is really good, and I'll test it out, of course, in the upcoming review. But so far, I love the fact that this does have a haptic touchpad, but of course, at this price point, you'd expect it, I would imagine. Like I said, performance-wise, we're going to see Lunar Lake here, obviously, Core Ultra 7 258V. That will give you 32 gigabytes of memory. And of course, we have, I believe, a terabyte of storage on this unit. And that looks like it should be upgradable. So that is good. Looks like there's screws that I can take off their bottom plate with. So that is good. But we're not here to talk about the storage. We're here to talk about this display. And let's get a look at the rollable aspect of it. So with the drum roll, please. I'm thinking we'll use this right here. So let's go this angle. And there's a dedicated key right there. So let me press that. And there it goes. And there it is, 16.7 inches. And it is absolutely beautiful. I mean, I love having such screen real estate here. You can't even see it on this camera. You sort of can see it, but you're looking at 16.7 inches. And what's interesting, and you can see it here, there's a widget section down here. So you can switch the standard mode to extended mode here. So the ThinkBook workstation, or workspace they call it, supports standard mode and extended mode with a larger display area. You can switch between the modes according to your preferences and usage scenario. If I hit next, by the way, it's not a touch screen. So next, you can create a new tab in ThinkPad. So I'll play with all that. But you can get the idea here with this workspace, as they're saying. I don't know why I want to hit. It just looks like something I want to use with my finger, actually. So, but there it is. And you can get a look at it over here, backside there, extended. And then you can get a look at it fully extended there. Minimal screen wobble, considering how tall it is. Now, if you're a coder, I think this might be something pretty interesting for you to check out. But I would say overall, a pretty interesting device here. There is no doubt about it. And then, of course, you can do hand gestures. Let me see if I can do this. So supposedly you put your hand there. Okay, and just to show you how much real estate you get, I mean, here's my website. Look how tall it is vertically. I mean, you can really do a lot of things here. And then, of course, if you hit this button right here, that brings up the widgets here, and you can have your to-do list, your calendar, reminders. You can do smart copy. You can do Lenovo virtual display. So let's open a virtual display here. So what it's doing, it's making another display here. And here you can see I have a virtual display here. So I can do different things in this virtual display and have my other display. So you have a virtual display and you have this display here. So pretty interesting. And there it is in there. And then if I want to go in there, I can do that. So pretty good. Okay, so I have these split screen here. So one of the benefits of having such a tall display when it's extended out 16.7 inches is you have two displays here that you can work with. And you can see that there are different modes you can go in, especially the ones down here. You can see you can split it like that, or you can do like that. So again, there's so many things you can do here with that. So very, very interesting so far. Now, a couple of things to note about this display. It is a 120 hertz display. I didn't mention that earlier, but it is 60 hertz out of the box. So you have to go into the display settings, advanced display settings, enable the 60 hertz. And as you can see, a much more smooth, fluid experience is enabled when you go to the 120 hertz. So good to see that. But out of the box, like I said, 60 hertz, probably they want to keep the battery life at bay here. I have to test the battery life. I'll have to test all that coming up in the full review. Obviously, performance with this Lunar Lake, but we know how Lunar Lake is, and we know it's efficient. It's got 8 cores, 8 threads, no hyper-threading. But for everyday use, Microsoft Office, email, web browsing, doing all your work on this is going to be very good, right? You're not going to have any slowdowns or any hiccups. These synthetic benchmarks really don't mean anything. It's in real world usage where you can get a gauge of how a laptop is. And my experience has been with Lunar Lake, very efficient, great battery life, and good enough performance, very good performance for your everyday tasks. So of course, if you want more graphics intensive stuff, this can actually handle some of that with the Intel Arc 140V graphics, which are very impressive as integrated graphics go, especially here in 2025. So I'll have more to say on that very soon. We are looking at a 5 megapixel IR camera here on that ThinkBook Plus Gen 6 Rollable. IR means you can log in with face recognition with Windows Hello. There is a physical shutter switch above the camera for more security and privacy. That is always welcome. And it has all the studio effects, of course. This is an AI PC or Copilot Plus PC. So you can do the background blur, all that stuff. Let's take a look at that real quick. You can do the standard blur, you could do the portrait blur, you can do the auto framing. It's all there. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. And perhaps most importantly, how is the audio? Let me know in the comment section below. So stay tuned. I'll have more to say on this really interesting display here. Obviously, this rollable laptop, which I think is very innovative, but of course, there's more testing to do. I'll bring you a full review. I just wanted to give you this quick unboxing to show you this pretty unique and innovative technology when it comes to display, where we're heading. So again, once again, Lenovo pushing the envelope. Other brands don't seem to want to do. So this is really innovative stuff here, and I take my hat off to Lenovo for trying such daring things. Again, the ThinkBook line and the ThinkBook Plus, and specifically here, has been their test bed really for a lot of this concept kind of thing, but they actually bring it to market like you see here. I don't know how many they're going to sell. It is expensive. I'll leave a link for those that are interested in the description below. But if you want to have something that's pretty portable, that has the ability to roll into a larger 16.7 inch display or become more compact as a 14-inch laptop, this is your ticket to do here with this laptop. The ThinkBook Plus Gen 6 Rollable. I'll have a full review on this very soon. So please hit the like button, please subscribe, please share this video. Now, if you are a casual viewer of the content here on my channel, why not hit that subscribe button? It doesn't cost you anything and it helps support the channel. We're making our big push to 300,000 at the end of the year. We're just about at 250,000. Tremendous growth here in 2025. I want to thank you for everybody supporting the channel. Now, if you're going to buy something like the ThinkBook Plus Gen 6 Rollable, check out the links in the description below. below. Yes, they are affiliate links. No, they are not a big commission, a small commission that helps support the channel, helps keep the lights on here in the studio. So until next time, this is Andrew, and I'll see you in the next video.